You're the one thing a narcissist never prepared for, someone who actually left and meant it. And the moment they realize you're not coming back, something shifts in them. Something quiet, calculated, and deeply unsettling begins. Most people never find out what it is. Today, you will. If this kind of content speaks to you, hit subscribe and drop a like. It genuinely helps more people find their way here. Let's talk about what nobody tells you about the narcissist after you're gone. We spend so much time focused on our own healing, which is exactly right, that we rarely stop to ask, what is happening on their end? Not because they deserve our attention, but because understanding their patterns is how you protect yourself from ever getting pulled back in. So here's the truth. When a narcissist realizes the door is finally closed, not slammed, not left cracked open, but genuinely, permanently shut, they don't fall apart the way a normal person would after losing someone they loved. They strategize. The very first thing they do is something psychologists call narcissistic injury hoarding. They replay every argument, every interaction, every moment you pulled away, not to feel grief, but to build a case. They are constructing a version of events where they are the wronged party, the victim, the one who loved too hard and got nothing in return. This internal narrative isn't for you, it's for everyone else in their life. It's the story they'll tell at dinner parties, to mutual friends, maybe even to their next partner. And it's remarkably detailed, remarkably convincing, and remarkably untrue. Here's a fascinating detail about narcissistic psychology, and this one genuinely surprises people. Studies on narcissistic personality traits consistently show that narcissists have a significantly harder time distinguishing between anger and sadness internally. When you leave, what feels to them like heartbreak is often just wounded pride. The loss they experience isn't you, it's the role you played, the admiration, the availability, the reflection of themselves they saw through your eyes. That is what they grieve. Not the Tuesday mornings with you, not the inside jokes. The mirror. You were their mirror, and now it's gone. So what do they do with that? They go looking for a replacement. Fast. Faster than anyone around them expects. This is where the rebound paradox lives. On the surface, moving on quickly looks like indifference, but it is the opposite. It is panic dressed up as confidence. A narcissist cannot sit alone with themselves for long. The silence is too loud. When there's no one to perform for, no one to impress or manipulate or charm, they are left with themselves. And that is genuinely terrifying for someone whose entire identity is built on external validation. But here's where it gets interesting. Even while they're parading a new person around, they are quietly, sometimes obsessively, monitoring you. They check your social media, they ask mutual friends how you're doing, framed casually, always with plausible deniability. They drive by places you used to go together, not because they want you back necessarily, but because they need to know they still matter to you. Your indifference is the one thing they cannot metabolize. This is called narcissistic surveillance, and it's more common than most people realize. The moment you stop reacting, stop posting sad things, stop showing up in mutual spaces looking wounded, their behavior escalates. That's when the hoovering starts. The random, "I've been thinking about you" text at 11 p.m., the throwback memory shared on social media that's obviously aimed at you, the mutual friend who suddenly reaches out with oddly specific updates about the narcissist's life. None of it is accidental. All of it is engineered to create a crack in your door. And the cruelest part? They don't even fully know they're doing it. This isn't a villain sitting in a dark room plotting. It's someone so disconnected from their own emotional reality that control and connection have become the same thing to them. Here's what you need to hold on to. Their behavior after you leave is not about love. It never was. It's about supply, that term used in psychology to describe the emotional energy a narcissist extracts from others. You were supply. Good supply, apparently, since they haven't quite let go of the idea of you. But that's not a compliment. A gas station doesn't love your car. It just serves a function. What you did by leaving, by staying gone, is one of the most powerful things a person can do in that situation, because the narcissist's entire system depends on your participation. Every text you don't answer, every bait you don't take, every moment you choose your own peace over their drama, that's not cold. That's clarity. And clarity for someone who thrived on your confusion is the one thing they have absolutely no defense against. You didn't just walk out of a relationship, you walked out of a role they wrote for you, and they are still standing on that stage, furious, wondering why the show won't start. Now I want to hear from you. Drop it in the comments. What was the most unexpected thing the narcissist in your life did after you finally walked away? Some of those stories need to be heard, and honestly, they might help someone else recognize what's happening in their own life right now. See you in the next one.